There it is. Now we got some sound coming in, hopefully. It should pop up in about 30 seconds on here. Just might have to restart that. Oh, you knocked the camera, Noah.
Big feet, man.
Prop them up. Kick them back for a little
Yeah,
while.
relax.
Oh, no. There it is. Hey, now it's coming through. That's how much of a delay we have. Oh, Terry, back up. Sorry. Where's the share button? Why is this such a thing? Why did they change everything on Facebook? Dear goodness. There used to just be a button, and you could just share it. There it is now. I think I found it.
Matt Gregory is dedicated.
He's another cousin.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Josh
plays
is not,
softball with
Josh
him.
is not mine though. He's not my cousin.
I'm not. I'm not
No,
blood
no, no,
related.
Oh,
no,
all right.
no.
Okay.
I'm married
no,
in.
I'm saying Matt is your cousin, not my cousin.
That's true.
Okay.
I have a lot of cousins back home that way.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come
Oh, commenting on your own show.
chat live.
Boss
and
move.
Early.
That's how we
Share.
get so many comments.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
love
Josh.
it.
That is true. Well, tonight's going to be rough because everybody's in NYC. So a lot of our people that are like patrons
Brad.
commenting in, yeah.
They can't
Brandon
live
Moore.
stream us.
Right.
They
At
can,
NYC?
but they're probably, if they could stream it to the live screen,
Yeah.
that would be so killer.
Yeah.
What if
I
Brad,
expect them to be here.
What if Brad could do the Bluetooth hack where you like put our audio over the sound speakers?
That would be pretty fun. So we got 4 viewers. I'm going to heart it. I need to share it to one more thing. Everybody get all your out and all that stuff, I guess. If you want to. You can do whatever you want.
Are we allowed to clear our throat when the cameras come on?
There used to be a cough button. There's a cough button on here, but you have to be around the soundboard to hit the actual cough button. So. Sorry.
That's okay.
So you just cough right into it. We don't give a crap about our viewers. They can suck it up. I'm going to make a story, and I'm going to make a boomerang. Sorry. This is how well put together we are, man.
Hey.
This is why we make the big money.
Yes.
There we go. Make a link, and as soon as I get that done, do you know where the new music is? Because it's not the one you think it is.
Yeah, it says new Podbless.
Right, yeah. Joey. Where's Joey? Is he not commenting in? It's 4 viewers. He could be one of them.
Oh no! What are the odds?
Probably
he actually comments in? He's on vacation, man.
He said he was going to comment in.
He's on vacation at home.
I can edit
Not
that,
really
can't I?
on vacation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not on a trip yet, but he's at home.
I think I can change this.
Which brings me to a good point. Why is he not here?
I mean, he shouldn't show up tomorrow either.
Yeah, you can't come to Podbless. You can't come play softball.
Sounds like a fair rule.
Mm-hmm.
You're on vacation.
Oh, man. Come on now.
You just want me to hit this thing?
Mute us and go ahead and start the intro. Yeah, we'll get this going.
All right, everybody shut up. It's time for the game.
That blows my mind. What'd he say?
He gave my address out on Facebook.
Did he dox you? I don't know. Jesus is coming?
If you say another word, you're out of here. And I was like, yeah, well, you're terrible. So
You think you could kill that cat barehanded if it came at you?
No.
Oh, I think yes.
And this is Podbless. Hey, and we're back, and here, and there, and everywhere. Hey, it's my brother commenting too. What are y'all talking about? Nothing yet, Phil. Nothing yet. Noah, I think you moved that camera just enough.
come on, Noah.
I think you're doing a great job, Noah. Don't let him bring you down.
Hey, he's already one up on Joey. He showed up.
Can you tell my mom that?
True.
I will. Yes.
Yes.
If I ever meet her.
Tell my mom. Hopefully you don't. No offense. Just kidding. Just joshing with you. There we go. Okay.
Beautiful shot of your face.
It's that quality, man. 4K, son. 4K. So how's everybody doing? Even though we've just been talking for the past hour, hey, what's new? Brett's all scrolling.
No, I'm just looking to make sure we're
Actually working.
Yes.
Noah, you good?
Yeah.
You got your death water. For those of you just tuning in with us, maybe, and aren't a regular or are a regular, we have a guest with us tonight, as you can see right below me. This is our friend Alex Bernardo. Welcome, Alex.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. It's great.
Yeah, sure enough.
Love the setup here.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
It's great.
Hot. It's crowded.
Did you turn the air on?
It kicked on, I think, but I didn't turn it up. You're the only one. You're the only free soul to go do that. So if you want to turn it up a little bit,
I like watching you move around
Dude.
the camera.
it's like a body of Jenga. Yeah. But Alex Bernardo, he's a fellow permissioner. I don't know what you would say
Yeah.
about church. Yeah.
Yeah, we go to the same church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sound fancy since you're here.
I don't know if we need to go down that route or not, but
We don't. But no, Alex goes to church with me. He has a fun, successful podcast. Well, you would feel fun, right?
well, it's fun for me.
Yeah.
It's fun for me.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if it's as goofy as you guys are used to here. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But he has a very successful podcast called The Protestant Libertarian. If you're looking for another show to listen to, go check our friend out. He's a part of a network called... Well, you tell us about your show. Just you tell us.
Yeah, so it's called the Protestant Libertarian Podcast. I work with an organization called the Libertarian Christian Institute, and I am one of the 6 podcasts that they host. And it's kind of like a combination of biblical studies and then economics and political philosophy. I'm a teacher, but I teach 12-year-olds, and so I get really bored teaching them the same things over and over again. It is not very intellectually fulfilling, as I was telling you guys before the show. So it's just a great outlet for me to talk about ideas that I have and cannot express in my classroom because they're either too technical or way too controversial for public schools. So it's really great. You might not like all the content that I put out, but I guarantee if you take a look at the feeds, there's probably going to be something there that interests you.
For sure. I've actually gained you a few fans.
Yeah.
From people from back home that are libertarians.
Yeah,
And stuff.
and one of the greatest episodes that I ever recorded had the very great Josh Williams on the episode. So look that up. He did great.
Sometimes I can sink ships, and sometimes I can make them float a little higher,
It was great.
if that's an expression.
That took my show to the next level.
There you go.
Yeah, that was when I made it.
There you go. That's when it all kicked off. Well, you'd already signed the papers before that.
Yeah, but
It helped, okay?
It did. It did.
It did help, right?
it made me feel good.
But yeah, he was so gracious enough to come over and bless us with his presence tonight. That's why we're shooting a little bit early. We had the opportunity, and we're like, hey, he doesn't want to go to bed at midnight like us. Let's let's kick him in here a little early. And like I said to the guys earlier, a lot of our viewers are out at NYC right now, Nazarene Youth International. They're all in Florida, Jacksonville, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, somewhere down there. But they're all in a big
Tampa Bay.
giant. What is it?
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. That's what it was. But they're all down there enjoying a large conference with fellow-minded young people, learning about God and making big decisions for the world of the Nazarene Church. So if you're out there, make sure to stick with us so that we can have some conversations on here because we got some fun segments coming up. Everybody have a good 4th of July?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I got all 10, so
You got all 10 fingers? Oh, and toes? You got, yeah. Yeah, we blew up stuff together, right?
there was almost an accident.
There was a couple of good times yelling at Brett, like, back up, Brett.
Put it in reverse, Terry.
Yeah, he had
You
his
guys-
head over a mortar cannon.
Yeah,
And,
it's
like,
dangerous.
He's like, mine won't light. Hang on.
So we were trying to shoot off like 4 or 5 at the same time,
Yeah.
and mine wouldn't light. So I was trying to hang in there to get it lit, and
Yeah, it got close.
it did.
Yeah, I was like, Brett, don't worry about it. And kaboom, right in front.
It's for the people. It's for
Yeah.
the show.
Did you see your life flash before your eyes? Was it one of those?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
So not that close to death,
one-
but yeah.
The one I was looking over wasn't lit. It was mine because I couldn't get it lit.
Oh.
So you would have got your ears singed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been loud, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did that one night. That was actually that
That
was
was
on
the-
Saturday.
Saturday.
We did
yeah.
that Saturday night. And then I shot off a few more fireworks after that at other parties
Oh,
or
did you?
other get-togethers.
Party.
It's Nazarene Church. I don't want to say party. Technically not. Noah, did you got all 10 fingers and toes?
I did not even touch a firework this year.
What?
Yeah.
Why not?
That's kind of lame, though.
I don't know.
It's kind of Noah.
Usually we have this big get together, not a party. And like they spend 10 grand on fireworks.
Oh
They
man.
usually get to light them off. And
Yeah.
you ever had one blow up in your face?
I've had them shot at me and blow up in my face.
Last year we had 3 blow up in our face. We were
Oh, that
kinda
didn't
like,
go
we should-
high enough.
No, they like one was like 2 of them were in the tube. One didn't go high enough.
You know, it says a lot about your courage that you'll have one blow up right in your face, and then you'll do it again, and it will
Oh,
blow
yeah.
up in your face a second time, and you'll still keep on going.
You walk
I
out.
respect
of there,
that. I
You
respect
walk
that.
out of there like an Iraqi war zone, just smelling like
Oh
smoke.
my gosh. Yeah, I don't think that's what
Burnt up.
a war zone smells like.
In Call of Duty, that's what it looks like.
There
Okay.
you go.
Yes.
There you go.
And we all know that's real life. That's what war is actually like.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Fireworks, beautiful and
Yeah.
patriotic.
Josh kicked off the festivities, not party, but gathering.
I did.
With you sang the national anthem for us.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
man.
I forgot all about that. I forget about my gigs, as I call them. You
Yeah.
know, singing for people.
And there's no recording of this.
No, I have them sign a NDA saying that they won't record anything. I just don't want to make other people feel bad for seeing
not being at their party.
right. Yeah, seeing it live. Watching it on video just doesn't do it justice. Some say I am the song angel of our generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. I'm impressed that you remember the words to the national anthem.
Don't ask me to do it right now. I mean, I had some things jotted on my arm.
I was gonna say he was definitely reading his phone, but
Yeah. Well, you know, there's something about being outside on the 4th of July, surrounded by fireworks, your beautiful family, and everything. It just gets you jacked up on America. You know,
That's
it just
true.
comes right back to you.
Yeah, start squalling like an eagle.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very special moment.
We already have a woohoo, no Joey.
well, there's 2 of them. Matt
Oh.
Gregory said no Joey, perfect.
Yeah.
So that's most of our comments. Right
That was a
now.
part of my post earlier, was to let people know Joey's not going to be here, because we have a gaggle of people that like to show up when he's not here just to say, yay, Joey's not here.
Yeah.
They all love him, but at the same time.
Your mom's awesome.
Oh, that Karen is my mom, yeah. And she is not a Karen. She is the Karen. So, in the positive way. Singing Songbird. Oh. But anyway, thanks for commenting in, guys. Stick with us. We got some fun segments coming up. Anybody got anything on their hearts before we continue on?
I don't think so. Not really.
No, not really. I was going to say, yeah, there's nothing big going on today that needs to be shared, I don't think, before we kick things off. Noah, you got anything important? Nope. Not saying it to the mic. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, so I guess just to kick off the show and to say those things, Alex told us about his show, The Protestant Libertarian. If you're going to follow him on social media, hit over on Twitter. What's your Twitter?
At Pro Liberty Pod.
At Pro Liberty Pod.
Yeah, and you can check out my podcast and all of the other podcasts in our network on libertarianchristians.com
There you go.
and all the podcast feeds.
libertarianchristians.com. Yeah, you can find them on Apple and Spotify, things that you watch from here. It's not video, it's all audio. So, yeah. But other than that, yeah, go check him out, subscribe, help him out, getting some numbers on there. And us too. If you're still watching and not subscribed, please subscribe or follow us on Facebook, hit the little bell, all that good stuff. I think that's good for now. You want to go ahead and get kicked off with
You want to go?
I guess so. Yeah, just go
Let's
ahead
go.
and get started.
Ready to get your ear holes blessed? Take it away, Josh.
Yeah. All right. We keep talking about changing that music, but it's so hard because it's like it hits.
I like it. I like it.
You should add something like that to your show.
Yeah,
It's like,
I should. That got me pumped up. I'm ready for this segment.
If Joey was here, it's even better because he has kind of the Stone Cold Steve Austin beginning of like glass shattering and yeah, it's pretty good. It's the only good thing about Joey on the show. Philip shot one big firecracker, he says. Mom said all hearts are clear before we start the show. Yeah, that's good, Mom. Good church expression. Why does that sound like an oxymoron? Because I said it, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, we're going to get started with my first segment, and it's kind of a double segment, but we're just going to kick it off and see how it flows. But this Sunday, our pastor's on sabbatical. He actually started sabbatical just this past week. He's going to be going out and venturing into the world to have relaxation and recovery, something we do within our church after, 7 years of ministry. So he's taking a few weeks off, and because he was off, our youth pastor got to speak at our church, different church than Brett and Noah, but same church as me and Alex. And it was a fun sermon. He's a young guy. He's really fun. Vince, he's at NYC, so he's not watching either. Not that he ever has, but he he was doing a sermon, and he got to the part where you try to relate things, and he talked about first dates. So this was his kind of kickoff to get people feeling related to the sermon. Most of the people that watch have either been in ministry or know a lot about ministry. So that's something you want to do. You want to make it relatable. You want to make it fun. And so he talked about first dates. So we're going to go into that deeper here in a minute, but I kind of want to hit on first dates. No, I've given you a chance to think of any if you've ever had a first date with a woman. Just kidding.
Or
whatever. First dates. So we're going to talk a little bit about first dates. If you guys have
I think
one,
I might just be the smartest one here.
True.
Yeah, it's possible.
I don't know, man. I've got a pretty good gig. So we're going to talk about first dates. You could talk about, since we're married, we could talk about our wife and ours first date if you want to keep the others hidden and never talked about again. But I'm going to share a couple that I've had in my past that were just awful. They just did not go well. Most of my first dates were like that. But so if you're out here and you were on this first date with me watching live, I'm not going to use names.
Why not?
Just
So you don't get sued.
Yeah, I think there was a show. It was like, the names will be changed to protect the innocent.
Law and Order.
Yeah. Chung, chung. So, yeah, I've had some first dates that were doozies. So I'm going to go first and give you guys some time to think if you want to share a funny story. Before I moved to Northern Kentucky, I was a real sad sack, and I couldn't get anyone to go out with me, right? So I was going through a real depressed time and just was so down and just moping around. So a cousin of mine was dating a girl, and her best friend was single at the time, and they were like, oh, Josh is a really nice guy. You should go on a date with him. And I was a big chicken, so I didn't go ask her, but they set it up. So I was like, that's why it worked. And this girl, she was gorgeous. She was amazing, really cool person. And I got a little scared because I wasn't all those things. And I was kind of like, well, getting in my head, like, oh, no, I gotta really show off and make sure I'm a cool person on this date, right? So I plan out this date to go to Ashland, Kentucky, which was like 30 minutes away from us, 45 minutes. And I was like, I saw this one place. It looked like a really cool Mexican restaurant. We'll go there and then catch a movie afterwards. At the time, the big movie was She's Out of Your League, the one where this guy starts dating a girl that's way out of his league and nobody can understand it. And I was like, this is perfect because this girl's out of my league. And I thought this would be hilarious. And again, I didn't ask her out. She was doing it as a favor to her friend. I don't think she was really into it at the time anyway. So I pick her up. We go to Ashland. We're looking around. I go to this Mexican restaurant. First red flag of the night. I go to this Mexican restaurant. It is a Shriners Hall. It wasn't a Mexican restaurant at all. It had all these flags out front. It looked like a Mexican restaurant, but it was a Shriners Hall. And so I show up, and I'm like, there's no food there. This is not a restaurant. I'm so sorry. And she was starving. She had just gotten off work, and she was like really hungry. She was like, oh my gosh, can we just go eat somewhere? And I was like, yeah, okay. And so I'm driving around, and I don't know Ashland that well, so I'm just driving around aimlessly. Like, this was my only plan. I don't know what to do. She was like, I'm fine with McDonald's. And I was like, well, the movie's going to start here really soon. What if we just get food at the movie theater? And she was like, yeah, whatever. So we get some popcorn and some candy, which was not sufficient. She was not having a good time. And then I show her what movie we're watching, and it's She's Out of Your League. And I was kind of like, and she's just like, oh, geez, maybe I can get a free meal out of this, but I got to get out of here. And we watched the movie. It was horrible. Nothing went right. I was an idiot. And then we never talked to each other again. Horrible first date. Not my first date, but that was probably the worst one.
How old are you? We're at the time.
I was mid-20s, late 20s maybe. She wasn't far off and stuff. So, I mean, we were close same age. It was bad. It was right when I started balding pretty bad, getting thin. Yeah, before I started shaving my head. It was pretty gnarly. But anyway, that's my bad first date. Any of you guys got a bad first date?
I've got one.
I know yours.
No, it's not that one.
You've shared that one on here before.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Then.
So I forget. I was in college, like so, freshly in college, maybe first year in college.
Okay.
And times were rough on the girl front. So
see, same.
I was at an Arby's.
Always. That's how all your stories start out.
Yeah, I was at an Arby's. So I was at an Arby's and there was a worker there that I thought was cute. And I was I just went through the drive-through.
Right.
And so she handed me my receipt and stuff, and I had my friend with me, Andrew. You know Andrew.
Yeah,
Andrew was sitting next to me. And I was like, hey, I think she's kind of cute. I should give her my number. So I wrote my number on the back of the Arby's receipt.
Yeah.
And handed it to her. And she wound up texting me.
Cool.
So that's not cool.
No, it didn't go well.
Well, no. I just think it's lame that I gave my number to a girl in the Arby's drive-through.
No, I've done it before too.
Okay.
I've used the receipt before. I actually went back in. I was like, oh, there's something wrong with my order. And they're like, oh, what was it? It was at a Pizza Hut. And she was like, oh, did I mess something up? I was like, yeah, it's missing your phone number. And she was like, oh my gosh. She was like, that's hilarious. And she gave me her number. And
Wow.
It never went to a first date. I'm glad. She was.
So
Anyway, go
we'll fast forward to the first date.
Down bad, soldier.
But
So you
I
got to?
huh?
You got to go on a first date with her?
Yes, I
Okay,
did. So
okay.
we got hooked up on the first date.
Cool.
And it was I had this friend in college that was having a get together at a bonfire
Okay.
at his house.
Yeah.
And he was like throwing it out there. This was going to be this big
Huge rager of a party.
yeah, but like I didn't drink or
Right.
anything, so I was just going for the social aspect. So I asked her to go with me.
I'm
And
just
she was
here
like,
for the s'mores.
she was like, yeah, sure. And she went with me. And the first red flag of this, like, you know how you had your first red flag? The first
Yeah.
red flag of this was like, she asked me, can you pick me up at the Arby's? I was like, sure.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't you drive? Like,
Yeah.
she was about my age, I'd say.
Well, my bicycle, it's a long ride.
No, that's kind of what I was worried about.
Yeah.
But I picked her up, whatever. We got there, and turns out this huge banger of a party was 3 people.
3
Mm.
people.
Me, well, yeah, so 3 people, not including the guy that ran the party, had the party. It was me, this girl, another guy from our class, and the guy that hosted the party.
Nice.
And it was the worst time I've ever had. Because like I was, I was trying to be nice to her.
Yeah.
Clearly things were not going to. I was
Yeah.
not happy about.
She shows up and is like, oh,
any of it.
he's a loser.
Yeah.
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 That
So,
whole thought.
So did she get in your car smelling like Arby's?
no.
That's
that,
why I liked
that might
her.
have made that might have made it better. Though.
Yeah.
I feel like picking a chick up on a first date like right after her work.
No,
It's
it,
got to be like
it wasn't right after work. That was like the commonplace. She was like, "Oh, just meet me at the Arby." You know what I mean?
Okay.
I assumed it was a work thing
Yeah.
too. Like I'm getting
Oh,
off
I'm
my
sorry.
shift.
No.
Because you're already
She's-
you're starting off below 0 if you have to pick her up from work because she's already angry.
Well, she's like, hey,
Yeah.
I get free food from working here, so
No,
let's eat dinner here first.
That would have been nice.
That'd have been kind
Yeah.
of cool.
Yeah,
That'd have been worth sticking around.
I would have
Yeah.
probably married her.
Right. For the free Arby's. Yeah.
That's
You
it.
better
Yeah.
never get fired, lady. That's a good one though.
Yeah, that
That's
was
better than the time you pooped your pants on the date with your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I
That-
thought you were going to share.
No, that
No.
wasn't the first date though.
No, that's
I
true.
think
That
we were
wasn't a
engaged.
first
Were,
date.
were you and your wife married when this event happened?
No.
Really? And she
Yeah.
followed through and married you anyways?
She
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a very embarrassing moment actually.
What were you sick or what was the
I like just started not feeling good, and we got out of the car, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Something's going to happen.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I need to go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
and like I think we were engaged by then.
It's hard to say.
I can't remember, but I think we were. And she was like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then she saw me walk in, like, quick,
Do the duck waddle.
yeah, making sure
Yeah.
nothing leaked out. She asked, and I told her, she's like, "Are you all right?" I was like, I think I pooped my pants. I need to go home.
Oh, that's cool.
Our first date though was kind of weird. Also,
Yeah.
it was we went to Skyline. She's not from here. She's from Chicago,
Yeah.
the Chicago area. And she didn't tell me that she didn't like Skyline, and I didn't know
Because you love it.
because I love it.
And you're
yeah.
just like, we're going to go on our first
I was
date.
like, let's go to Skyline.
Yeah.
She's like, sure, yeah, that's fine. So she sat there the entire meal, didn't eat a thing, and I just scarfed down Skyline for the first.
like a
she's
real
like
OG.
gluten free and everything. Right?
Well, she didn't know that at the time though.
She just didn't
Oh.
like it.
She
in
just
general.
didn't like Skyline. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of awkward too when you're sitting there eating and somebody's just watching you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was our first day. I got to eat a crap ton of Skyline, and she
Nice.
got to watch me.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's over there slurping a 3-way. Like, how's your day?
She's like gagging in her mouth, not trying to.
And you're like, trust me, I'm cool and not gross. I promise.
I won't poop my pants. in front of you.
What do you want to do after this?
That's how you know she really loves you, though, that she like experienced you pooping your pants before you got married.
Yeah.
And your first date was her watching you eat Skyline chili.
Yep.
So, I mean,
Those two things.
yeah. If you can overcome that, you can overcome anything.
Like, so you all, like, both of you guys,
Yeah.
you guys were like off the bat first dates. Is there like any that's gone south in the middle? Towards the end?
I mean, yeah. I wouldn't call those dates though.
Yeah, that was not.
Those were different things that just went south. Like, yeah. But I'll not go into that.
You put a lot.
You got something? Sounds like you have
Nah.
a story.
Oh yeah, man. It sounded before we had the show before we had the show today that you had a lot of good date stories to tell us.
Nope. Never been on a date in my life.
There you go.
That's what your mom would want to hear, right?
Right.
I don't know about that.
Good Christian boy.
I'm starting to get to that age.
Let him rephrase. He's never had a date with a woman.
Facts.
Facts. Or a man in that case.
Yes.
Never either one.
I'm just getting ready for next tax season purpose.
Tax season.
Like a single older woman with 3
Yeah.
kids. Sound really nice, right?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. There are some benefits to that, financially speaking.
Do you have any old crappy stories from a first date that you've had?
I've never actually defecated myself on a date.
That's good.
I never really, before I met my wife, I never really had a first. I only really had like 2 girlfriends before I met my wife, and
Okay.
like we were like friends beforehand, so there was never really like a first date. With that, with my wife, we had a first date, but I was like real anxious, and when I was younger, I was like anxious by everything.
Yeah.
And so the night before, and like when I knew that we were going to go out on a date, like I pretty much knew before we even went out that she was probably going to be the woman that I was going to marry, because she's exactly my type. She's
Nice.
funny, smart, like everything that I wanted in a woman. So I was super nervous about it because I was very insecure. I was like, 20 years old or 21 or something. I mean, I was really young when all of that happened. And so I got no sleep the night before. And I tried to compensate for that by pounding caffeine all day the next day, like a pot of coffee in the morning. I think I drank like 3 Monster energy drinks. And I think I had like one of those 5-hour, or 5-hour energies on the way over to her house to take her out to coffee at night. But like, dude, I swear to you, I could see sounds. Like I was on another level. But the day went really well, and she liked me.
Yeah.
And then I didn't sleep the next night either because I had so much caffeine in my system. But after a couple of days, that we leveled out, and it was good.
That's
It was
good.
good. Yeah, I shouldn't have been nervous, but I was.
There you go. Well, that was the same thing with my wife. The first time I met her, I was real cool because I was 30, and I hit her up on Facebook because I met her and didn't get her number, and then later that night I found her on Facebook and was like, "Hey, how you?" Getting into her DMs, I guess you say.
Sliding into her DMs.
Yeah, and we're grown adults.
It's a gross phrase.
I felt so stupid doing it, but I was just like, and she was desperate, so she was like, "Oh yeah, okay, I'll talk to you on here, whatever." But we went out that week from meeting each other on a Wednesday, went to La Rosa's, and I did everything possible to ruin it. I talked about ex-girlfriends. I probably talked about pooping my pants. I said a bunch of dumb stuff, just put my foot in my mouth constantly. I mean, she was just like, I can get it past this. Like, he seems nicer than what he's saying.
So basically, you were trying to ruin it.
I wasn't trying to. It was the anxiousness of like being nervous, and like she was a doctor and I was me. So it was terrifying.
Well, talk about dating for financial purposes. I know you and Kelly love each other, but marrying a doctor, I mean, there are some financial benefits. I'm a teacher and my wife is in marketing, so there's obviously an income imbalance. And so I got to say that marriage has been very financially advantageous for me.
So see, you got 2 guys in here.
That's right.
This is your route you need to go.
I know.
Yeah.
Find somebody
I
that
see
makes a
him.
lot
Look,
of
I'm
money.
taking notes. That's why I got older friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, like every single one. There are 4 men that work in the 7th grade hallway at my school, and every single one of us married a woman who makes much more money than we do. I mean, you do what you got to do. You do what you got to
As
do.
a teacher, yeah, you got to be smart about
Yeah.
that stuff, right?
Going back to like Brett's thing about numbers on receipts,
Yeah.
I like to go out and like I don't want to say screw around with people. I like to joke around a lot.
Mess around with them.
Yeah, sometimes if like the waitress is really cool, I'll always leave a number, but I make sure it's one of my friends.
That's smart.
And then
No, it's not.
no, they
'Cause you don't-
called on to it. They were like,
Say, you want them to call you, man. You
well,
don't
no,
do
it
that.
backfired. My buddy got tired of it one time. He was like, no, text him right now and start screwing with him.
Oh, so you're doing it to like the waitress Ethel or like
Just
Flo.
anybody I
Like,
think
here, Flo, here's my number. Like
anybody I think it'd be really comical to me.
There you go. That's what you're going.
John the waiter.
So, I do have a weird receipt story. My wife and I were going out with a couple of friends. And my wife was like 9 months pregnant, and we went to Drake's where they have that like you don't have chairs. It's like a bench seat on the table.
Yeah.
So like I was like helping her get over the table and like taking care of her, and like we're obviously like married, and she's obviously very pregnant. And the waitress, and I don't ever get hit on or anything like that, but the waitress was kind of trashy, and she was like touching my back and stuff like that during and like giving me treatment that she wasn't giving other people. And then when we left, she brought out the check and she wrote her number on it for me when I was sitting there with my wife who is 9 months pregnant. I was like, what is this? It's like, obviously, I'm not interested. Yeah, I got
confidence, man.
More priorities. So
That's hilarious.
There must be something in the air at Drake's, because we went there one night. Me and my buddies just got bored. Waitress, cute waitress. My buddy just started hitting on her. And we were like, she was like, what are you guys doing later? And we were like, oh, we're going to go just do something. She was like, I'm off in 30 minutes. My buddy was like, come on.
Let me
we
do that
sat
something
in
with
the
you
parking
guys.
lot and waited for her.
Oh, jeez.
She ended up being really fun, but
that's cool.
My buddy's just a jerk.
So there you go. So Drake's in Florence. If you're a man who's looking for a date, hit on the waitresses at Drake's.
It's not a bad spot.
Yeah.
You have to take a pregnant woman with you. And then
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You got to show that you're not available. That's
Right.
when they
Yeah.
want you.
Right.
I have one more funny one now that you bring up Drake's in Florence, actually. I think I've told you guys this story that happened just a couple weeks ago. Super hilarious. Me and the wife, we've been trying to go on dates more. And so my mom was in town, and my aunt and uncle, they were watching the kids, and we're like, hey, me and Kel's going to go take a date. She got off work. Let's go to Drake's. It's a great little spot to go for a little date. Got sushi, got drinks, all this different stuff. Like, yeah, it might be fun. We get there. Hour wait. I'm like, okay, I like Drake's. I don't like it that good. I'm not waiting an hour. So we're trying to find a place to go. You remember this story?
Yeah.
Just a couple weeks ago. And so I was like, well, let's find somewhere else to go. And Kel's like, oh, what about that new place that used to be where Cheddar's was at in Florence, whatever. And I was like, I don't know what new place you're talking about.
I know where this is going, and this is
And
the greatest.
She said, oh, what's it called? Twin Peaks. And I was like, babe. Now, mind you, we have no clue what Twin Peaks is. But I had an inkling. I was like, wait a minute. I think that's like a Hooters, but like more ramped up. And she goes, I don't think so, because outside it's very plain. It's just gray.
It looks like Colorado themed.
Yeah, it's a sign with mountains, and it says Twin Peaks. And I was like, babe, I think it's like a top, not a topless, just a boob show kind of thing, And I was just like, I don't know. And she goes, I think it's just a normal restaurant. I said, okay, I'm willing to chance it. I said, let's go. We'll check it out. We pull in the lot, and I was like, there's a lot of blue-collar workers out in this parking lot. I was like, the odds are not in your favor. And we laughed, and we parked, and then a family comes out, and we're like, oh, they got little kids. Like, okay, I was wrong. This is a family restaurant, whatever. I don't know. And then as we're going, another family comes out with little kids. And then as soon as we walk in, it's just women scantily dressed. Hooters has got nothing on Twin Peaks because they're showing way more skin. And I just start looking at the ceilings and laughing and like, hey, look at that chandelier full of racks. That was funny. She just starts laughing really hard. And we commit to it. It is a family restaurant. They're not nude or anything. Really good food. I'll just go ahead and say their smoked wings are amazing.
Billionaire bacon there.
Oh yeah, the billionaire bacon. It's funny though because every time we go to a restaurant, I always sit to where I can see everything, kind of like keep making sure everything's safe. Like just want to see what's going on. And we go to this place where it's against the wall or a chair looking at the wall or a bench looking out at the restaurant. And she's like, well, he wants to sit there. And I said, no, I'll look at the wall. Like, I'm not here. Like, everything I've trained myself in life to do to not oogle women, like, in here, they want you to do that. And I'm like, no. I'm not doing this. I'm not breaking my standards of being a good person. And great food. We had a lot of laughs. I just kept looking at hairlines of people. So if someone come by to talk, I'm like, hey, what's going on? Just looking at their hairline so that I didn't glance
He had
around.
the menu just in front of his face. Just like, I'll take the burger.
Yeah, I want this thing over here. Yeah. But yeah, it's really good food. It's not lewd and crude. Compared to church, it's very lewd and crude. But yeah, I mean, I've been to a bunch of Hooters and it was like, it's about the same. It's not the same. It's a little bit different.
I agree with the family friendly. We went there one night after softball, and our buddy's kid had a baby. He was old enough to, kind of move around, but also like, Brett, I think you were there.
I was there.
Yeah, old enough to move around and like scream, but not enough to verbally communicate.
Okay.
Yeah.
but their tops are very low, and I guess the baby was hungry.
No, that's
Oh,
fine.
man.
It
Wait,
just
I was there for this.
maybe.
I don't think so.
You've tuned it out. You were looking at hairlines.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Yeah,
I'm being a good
probably.
guy. I'm being a good guy.
But the baby just kept on reaching and screaming,
That's-
and we couldn't stop laughing. And the waitress was really cool about it. It
Well,
I
yeah.
don't remember that. No.
was a couple years ago.
Just go with
I've
it.
I've
It's a
been
fun-
there. I'm not saying I haven't been there, but I don't remember that exact story.
Well, the funnier part was she left her sunglasses there, and the next day she was like, "I left my good sunglasses there." So I was like, "I'll go back, and I'll go check on them."
She's like, no, I'll buy a new one.
She's like, "Yeah, I'm sure you'll go look for my glasses." But anyway, I just thought that was a fun little part of it. But that leads us into the segment for the night, which is after all that fun talk,
Hold on, your prom date limousine caught on fire? What?
the limo caught on fire.
Yeah, who's?
Oh, Mom talking. Yeah, my limo caught on fire on my prom.
Oh, okay.
And that was a good date?
Almost. It was a pretty funny time. Yeah, I went with a friend that we used to date, but we were going as friends. And like they didn't turn the air shocks on. There were so many people in the limo that the drive shaft was rubbing the floor of the limo, and smoke started to come up through the floor. And I had to explain to the driver how to turn on the air shocks. Like he didn't even know. I was like, "Dude, you've got to go in the trunk and flip this switch," and it was crazy. But anyway, let's get back to the segment. So because of Pastor Vince telling the story of first dates being like sin. It looks very interesting as you're getting ready to go on that first date, and sometimes you show up and it's a disaster, but you can't really leave because you've committed to having dinner with person or yada, yada, yada. Just like sin, once you get into it, sometimes it's not what you thought it was, and it's hard to get out of. He did a correlation. So I wanted us as a group, and you, the viewers out there in Facebook and YouTube land and stuff, Twitch land, I want you guys to give your best sermon to various scenarios that we're going to share here on the show. So most of us, you've been a minister in your life. I've been a minister in my life. You guys have been around ministry all your lives. You've been around Joey enough that you could probably come up with a fun sermon from a scenario. Brett wrote a bunch down, and let's just jump into that and share a regular scenario and see if we can make it into a sermon.
All right. The first one we have is poopy diaper.
Poopy diaper. I have what I think I know would go with this. If you guys want to tackle that at all. I mean, I'm really fluent in poopy diapers right now.
Go for it.
So my concept of making that into a sermon is to say a poopy diaper is a lot like sin in your life. It starts off clean to catch bad things, the diaper does. But once the poopy gets in there, it's like sin getting into your life. Not everybody's going to see it, but they're going to know. It's going to start to seep out. It's going to start to change things around your surrounding with smell. And, you need Jesus to come in your life and change that pamper so that you can live a full life in Christ. I don't know. That's my concept. That's what I'm going with if you're out here viewing.
I was going to go with, the whole dad as Jesus, and he can come save you from the poopy diaper, the sin.
Yeah.
And when he changes you,
Yeah.
Nice.
he's going to change you, the sin,
He's going to cleanse you.
cleanse you.
There you go.
It could be like a moral sermon too, where you need to change your attitude. Sometimes your attitude is filthy, and sometimes you just got to change it.
There
Have
you
a better
go.
attitude.
There you go.
You know.
So we went the dad route.
I've never changed a crappy diaper in my life, man.
It'll change your life.
Yeah. I bet. I don't even I can't handle that. Two things: throw up, poopy.
Throw open poopy. Well, don't ever have kids.
Yeah.
What's the next one we
Doing
got on
good.
there, Brett?
A dirty car.
A dirty car. How can we turn a dirty car into a sermon?
I mean, your sins have made you, filthy, like filthy rags,
It's
and you have to wash them, washed in the blood of Jesus.
That'll leave a stain on the car, though, right? Blood.
If you washed the car in blood, yeah,
yeah, maybe.
it would.
Well, we had to do that once. We killed a rabbit on a drive, and it exploded on
Oh,
the
yeah.
windshield. And it was just blood everywhere. And
Yeah.
we were covered by the blood that day.
You know what? The easy one for that is baptism, right? You wash a car in water,
There you go.
right?
Got to send it through
Yeah.
the Mr. Car Wash, or what's the ones around here?
Johnny's car wash.
Yeah.
Johnny's Car Wash.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get all that sin off there, which is just the dirt on the paint, or
Or you could say the car wash. I would
Yeah.
say is like your journey through church and Christ.
yeah,
So you come in dirty.
right.
You meet Jesus. Soap. You meet Jesus, and you walk through life with Jesus, and you
Yeah.
come out clean.
Then the water
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
blood, just like he was saying
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
You took my route.
I think more of the junk in the car, like the Coke bottles, the Burger King cups, just the trash that's inside. Because I always think of the inner turmoil that's within the car. That you need to get that shovel to the shovel of the Holy Spirit, maybe to like get in there and really root out the real problem that's within the inside. Because if you're getting into a junky car, you're not going to care what the outside looks like.
Yeah. I mean, you could actually layer that too if you think about it. Like maybe the car wash isn't good enough. Like when with Jesus and the Pharisees, he says you guys are like whitewashed tombs. You look good on the outside, but inside you're full of corpses. It's like, okay, you can wash the outside of your car, but is it actually clean on the inside?
There you go.
Now,
Yeah.
deep.
You got me.
What's one of the other ones we had there, Brad?
Walking the dog.
Walking the dog.
Ooh,
Now, how
I'm
can
gonna-
you turn
not with the
walking the
yo-yo.
dog? Not with the yo-yo. That could probably be a good sermon too. You got to have the
Ooh,
strings tight.
I got one.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Walking the dog. It's like walking through life. There's going to be distractions, or your dog's trying to run off, or your dog's going to just pull you away to something.
Okay.
But you got to stay on the trail. That's all I got.
Got to stay on
No,
the
I like that.
trail.
That's good.
Bullet notes.
And there are
That's
times in your life where there's only going to be one set of footprints, right? And that,
That's very true. Yeah, just like the sand.
Yeah,
Why,
it's-
why did you leave me when I was in my biggest struggles? No, I was carrying you.
I'm not giving Joey props right now, but definitely cannot come up with a sermon that easy. We'd have a really quick church. I'd be good at like a 5-minute TikTok church.
5-minute TikTok church. Hey, maybe that's something we're going to create today.
Trademark that.
Trademark. Oh yeah, we've already got Holy Fans
Podbless.
Yeah.
instead of OnlyFans.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to work on there.
so what would be your version of Twin Peaks?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think I got something here. Twin Peaks. We would need. Well, it would all have to be like a characteristic of that. It could be mountains in that way. I don't know. I think you would have to make it like The Rock, of like where they struck the rock and water came out, and have a flowing type of thing because of the purity of water in general, and you want the purity of Christ in your life. I don't know, because it would keep it mountain themed, and
Yeah.
you could still have like animals on the walls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you would have to have like stuffed animals in sheets, in a sheet being held by four corners, like he saw in the vision, to say that these are clean animals now and you can eat them. Remember that?
Can I
Yeah,
get this one fact checked from Brett?
The faith the size of a mustard seed can move mountains.
There you go.
That's
Mustard seed.
Yeah.
It could be a vegetarian place. Yeah, like
No, your text message.
My text message.
Yeah. Or Josh could just.
I don't know what you sent him a text message apparently.
Oh,
Oh,
can we?
I don't care.
I
I didn't
We'll
read
save
it.
that one for another time.
Okay.
Say it.
Yeah, go for it.
No,
it's
I don't want
too-
to sound stupid.
Oh well.
You're not, dude. You're not, I don't think you can sound any more stupid
That's-
than
That's the
don't.
most-
You poop- you poop in your pants in
met
front of
me
your wife.
40 minutes
Right.
ago, man.
I was gonna say I just shared I just shared with 7 people
online.
online that I pooped my
I just
pants.
said that would be the version of it.
That could go fun. That could go different routes. What's one of the other ones we could make into a sermon, Brent?
All right, these are the like heavy hitter ones.
Okay, these are heavy hitters. Let's see. This is where it's going to get serious and less silly. How can we make these scenarios into a sermon?
Robbing a bank.
Robbing a bank. Okay. So I guess if it was current in the news, you could really use this to drive it home. Just like, you got to keep things relevant to what's happening around you to make it more interesting. So if there was a recent bank robbery, you could, I don't know. Let's see. How do we make that into a sermon? Because I keep thinking about what's inside the vault, and they're trying to break that out and steal it to get it for themselves, because we're all kind of greedy about what we want in our life. And just like we want Jesus in our hearts, we want to break that out to give it to everybody else too, kind of in a Robin Hood scenario.
I got it.
Go for it.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
I was really trailing off there. I was like, I don't know.
So you go to rob this bank,
Okay.
and it's like it's an Easter sermon, okay?
Okay. Easter
So
sermon. Gotcha.
Easter, Jesus is
Everybody's
risen.
there.
The tomb is empty.
Oh.
So there,
the route
really,
I was
if you think
thinking.
about it, there's really probably not much money in banks
Yeah.
these days. It's all electronic
It's
currency.
just like the angel robbed the tomb of Jesus'
So,
body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so you go and rob the bank, and you realize the tomb is empty.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
spin on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could hear some like some good Baptist hacks in there into
Yeah.
that, mixed into it.
I held.
And that safe was empty, just like that tomb on that
So I had to-
beautiful morning.
So I had to hold the cashier at gunpoint.
Well, the angel
It's a
held
metaphor.
The guard,
It's a metaphor.
The
Yeah.
angel held the guards up, and then robbed the tomb. So technically,
Yeah.
God
I mean, there were
shepherd.
Roman soldiers stationed outside of the tomb,
There
so
you go.
that you could go, you can get a long distance with that one. So.
just like rent-a-cops at a bank. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would assume.
Um,
Win in Las Vegas, Jesus flipping tables. Ooh,
Yeah.
there you go. That's a good scenario.
Would you rob God?
Your mom's on it tonight, man.
She's crushing it.
Yeah,
That's a good would
it's
you
early.
rather.
She's not in bed. She's just like, oh, hey, Floyd, good to see you on here, buddy. Was there another hard-hitting one that we could
Yeah.
probably work with?
Sermon about church league's softball fight.
Yeah.
Which I hear that there's some experience in church league softball fights.
You guys need to share any about that?
Yeah. Like confession.
There you go. That's what I was going to get at.
Yeah. Right. Josh is the priest.
Obviously,
that.
disagreements.
Father
are gonna be
Josh.
into play here.
I didn't wear my tag.
Uh,
My little-
So it wasn't really a fight. It was just a disagreement.
That's what some people would call fights that were in the fights.
Well, I mean, when you think of fight, you actually think you punched somebody or you got
Yeah.
punched by somebody.
Mm,
It was not that.
no.
yeah. Just kind of a yelling match.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even get it
wasn't.
yelling.
I don't even think it was yelling. It was just like banter, like a normal, like, oh, that was a strike. No, it wasn't.
Mm,
I can't pitch.
that happens every single
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We need a pitcher, not a belly itcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, those old classics.
yeah.
Hmm.
One of the dudes did get mad because I did not throw, because I pitch, and I did not throw him a strike because he was really good.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And
So-
we had like our C team out there that night. We didn't.
Yeah.
We weren't fully staffed.
So
Yeah.
I didn't throw him all night. He got like 4 or 5 at bats, and I was throwing him like up by his head. Like it was blatantly obvious that I was not pitching to this guy, and he was the one that was kind of arguing with me because he was mad.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. I mean, you gotta play the strategy game. I mean, you don't want to get blown out. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
and,
now, you've pleaded your case, but now how can you make that into a sermon?
sometimes you got. Sometimes you just need to beat the hell out of people. No, I'm just teasing.
yeah.
That's a clip.
Oh man,
I
I don't
like
even know how to turn that one in.
Yeah.
And if you do it in the name of Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's turmoil
Like the
everywhere
Crusades.
we go.
Yeah.
We can invade some Muslim countries, and in the name of Jesus, it's fine.
America. Mom said tithes and offerings, where we were talking about the robbing a bank thing. You could make it a tithes and offerings.
Yeah, we were
sermon.
going to give that all to the church.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
10%, maybe 7.
I just realized that when you say in the name of Jesus, it's like before you insult somebody, you say respectfully.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said with all due respect.
Yeah. In the name of Jesus, you're stupid.
Right.
Well, that's just like our pod bless.
Yeah.
Oh, pod bless your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm starting to wake
I need
up.
to get to that.
Oh, you got to find it on there too.
Yeah.
Well, do you have a segment too that you want to go with?
No, we'll skip it tonight.
Oh yeah, we're
because-
already at an hour, aren't we?
we're-
Yeah. Let's go ahead and jump on into our pod bless
All
segment.
right.
I think.
Here we go.
Pod bless your heart.
All right. Our story tonight comes from our friend Noah. He found a fun article for us to talk about.
Oh, you gave me credit for once.
Oh, dude, once. I mean, you do have the most popular video on our shorts and stuff. So, pod bless our shorts.
Did you guys notice at the bottom of the page here? There's an ad for Playboy.
Oh, is there really?
I feel like there's been a theme
Yeah,
with a lot of the
yeah,
material
right.
we've been talking about
There
tonight.
is. Right.
Whose
Hey, there
computer-
it is.
whose
Should I
computer
click
is
on
this?
Joey's computer?
Yes, on the pastor's computer. Absolutely.
We've stopped him before. He's almost clicked on stuff that we didn't need him to. Oh my gosh! Look at those ads. Anyway, go ahead and read us off this
Time
article.
out. Was our computer listening to us? Did that lady pee herself
Could have been.
below that?
Where
It
at?
was like an ad below the states.
It
The
very
lady
well
looked
could
like-
Oh yeah, scroll down just a little bit on the top stories over there. See if
I think the computer was listening to
That's
us about
Britney
like.
Spears.
No.
the White House cocaine situation.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that's been pretty crazy story
forget
about
it.
lately.
It
All
had-
right.
Oh man, it had to be Hunters, right?
Yeah.
All right. So our story tonight: a teenager was arrested after he threw Skittles candy at a customer and employees inside a Minnesota restaurant during a tantrum.
Had tantrum.
Called it a tantrum. I don't even know how to say his last name. Tristan Satina.
Oh, that-
Statine? I don't know how to say
I
it.
don't know. He's got face tattoos. So.
Yeah, he doesn't need the last name.
19 years old and face tattoos. He's
Baby.
making good
Yes.
choices.
Baby-faced man.
He was booked into the Blue Earth County Jail around 4 p.m. on Friday after suffering from an outburst inside a Mankato restaurant,
Mankato?
Mankato?
I don't know.
Yeah. Hmm.
where he began yelling and throwing Skittles at employees and customers, according
Wow.
to police reports.
I wonder if he brought like it was a mass skittling, and he brought like tons of Skittles.
The sharing size bag.
Yeah, like I'm getting all of you. He's got them strapped on a belt across his chest.
I'll do it. He's got a Skittle-proof vest.
Taste the rainbow. Yeah, just like slinging them
We
everywhere.
obviously need the band Skittles now.
One
Yes.
victim.
Mass skittling.
One victim.
Does it state what causes it to be a victim? Did it hit him in the mouth and they caught one or something? Or
Choked.
Got hit in the back. Got hit in the back with a Skittle that caused her stinging pain.
oh, nice.
I don't. So I'm not. I don't know. I'm not a very sciencey person. Like, I don't understand physics. You know, like a scientist would. But I don't know how do you get the velocity with one Skittle
Hey,
to hurt some. Maybe it's point blank. Must have been a point blank.
it could have been. He might have been throwing them sideways. He looks
Oh
like
my
he's in a gang.
gosh.
Yeah.
Like how you would shoot a gun right ways. He's throwing the Skittles sideways.
Wait, can they see the screen?
No. We don't have an open thing for that.
When authorities arrived to the scene, they found the colorful, sugary candy all over the ground,
Nice.
as well as a bag of its nearby in a nearby trash can. They went okay. They went searching for the bag. They're like, okay, we got the bullets.
We need
Right,
proof.
yeah.
Where's
It's
the
like a
gun?
casing. Yeah.
Yeah, the package would be the casing. I
Oh
guess.
my gosh.
You want to search it for
But he was nowhere to be found.
what?
He
They
left the
lost that
scene.
guy? He's got 3 face tattoos. He blended in with all the regulars.
All the other people in Minnesota.
I don't want to be too judgmental of this kid because he obviously did not grow up in a loving home.
You know what? I'm gonna give you permission. Go ahead and judge.
Okay, he does not look like he would be physically capable of harming somebody by throwing a Skittle at them or physically capable of running away from the police.
What was it? A classic expression was cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah. Well, so maybe he was the one that brought the cocaine to the White House. Maybe that was him. It
That
all
could have
happened on
been.
who knows.
He fled
It's
to
all
the
connected.
White House.
Yeah.
They paid him in Skittles, and he was mad. And he was like, "I wanted money."
It's the cross under his eye and then like
Upside
the
down
5th
cross.
grade Drew gun on top of his forehead.
Yeah.
I think it's a broken heart under his other eye.
Yeah.
It looks like it could be a lot of different things.
What if he walks into jail and he got a teardrop tattoo for everybody he hit in the restaurant with a Skittle?
No, it'd have to be like a sugar cube.
Wow.
A sugar
All right.
cube for each person. he
This
took
is a
out.
bit excessive.
Okay.
So they found him at a nearby business, and it took 3 officers to take him to the ground.
Wow.
If that's not excessive force, I don't know what is.
I mean, he could have been on meth. He was probably like running to the gas station to reload.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Like this dude literally looks like a $130 wet.
I'll have to get a clip of that so I can share it on the posts.
Oh, there's
later.
got to be body cam footage.
Man,
Oh, I would love to
2023.
see the body cam footage of that.
that's fun. Dang. Yeah, there should be a video. In the age that we're in, there should have been a video.
He was
Jeez,
charged
huh.
with fifth degree assault and disorderly conduct.
Oh man.
Oh, do you see the paragraph above that, though? It says, once Statino was located by police, he allegedly tried to wrap his leg around an officer
Wow.
and then tried to break free.
Try to Gumby his way out of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that explains a lot. He was just arrested for possession of LSD and 28 grams of marijuana.
Oh.
Marijuana wax?
Oh, that's like the dabbing stuff.
Uh,
Yeah, you dab it. You
So
have to-
I don't know. In my mind, I think he was throwing the Skittles and it was making rainbows in his eyes. Maybe.
Probably.
he was tripping out and didn't realize he was just throwing them at people. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we should bless him for being a goober or if we should bless the woman that had to give a statement that she was assaulted
Definitely.
Yeah,
a
and that it
victim.
stung.
and that is willingly allowing this situation to be portrayed in victimhood terms
Yes.
in
Yeah,
national media.
That is a hard sell, you know?
yeah, I'm not sure if this guy walks in here and is throwing Skittles at us. I'm not sure that I'm calling the police as much as probably just going to fight him.
Hey,
maybe.
man.
Right.
I
3
don't-
cops.
Get your church softball league going and go there and fight them.
That's what I was going to say. If I was even mad enough that he was throwing Skittles at me.
Like maybe after I'm done laughing and I'm like, all right, this is getting kind of annoying.
Maybe he's got a heck of an arm. You never know.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
do
he can
love
play
that-
church league softball.
I do love that they refer to it as a tantrum, though. That does make me feel a 19-year-old boy tantrum.
Yeah.
And a crime.
LSD
Right.
driven.
And
So who do we want to bless? Do you think we should bless the boy?
it's the victim.
Yeah, I think we should bless the victim.
What's the rapper that has the rainbow teeth?
Oh, is that 6ix9ine or whatever?
6ix9ine Contagion or something like that.
Something like
Takashi 6ix9ine.
Takashi 6ix9ine. Yeah, he's the one with the.
I don't think we can.
That's
bless
who he
him,
looked
though.
like. That's who he looked like
Yeah.
to me.
He's the one that snitched on everybody.
That's true. Yeah.
So we can't really talk about him or we'll.
We'll get pulled off of YouTube and stuff, right?
I just can't get over the
Just-
fact
I had
that
no
Skittles did that to somebody.
Yeah.
Like, we need to get on that. That's dangerous.
Maybe
Yeah,
he just had
it
a
is.
sugar rush.
Yeah.
Could have been a sugar rush.
They need to come in and ban all Skittles.
Yeah.
Assault Skittles.
Salt
You can have Skittles for hunting,
You cannot.
but you cannot have assault Skittles.
You cannot have more than 9 Skittles in a package.
Yes.
You can have a Skittle buckshot, but you're not a Skittle slug.
Yes,
Uh,
you
must-
can get a permit in some states, but not until you're 21. You can't conceal carry your Skittles. You have to put them on your hip where everyone can see
They
you
got to
got
come out as a pet dispenser one at a time.
it. Yes.
in Colorado, you can freebase Skittles. I hear that's a new thing they have out there. What was his name? Is fifth degree assault the 2023 equivalent of biting your thumb at someone? Thank you, Tyrell Stanley. That was a good one. Yeah, I think. Let's see if we can find his name real quick so we can bless him with gusto. It had a police report, right? It should have been his name on there.
Just imagine
Down.
this-
Oh yeah, it was that whatever.
Tristan.
Tristan,
Yeah.
Can you imagine the cop coming home to his wife later that day? Like, you're never
you're
going to
never gonna believe this one.
I couldn't take him down. He was too strong. I had to call him back up.
I keep imagining this happening at a Frisch's. Like
I see it.
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
all I see is
No,
them
they're-
at Frisch's.
This had to happen late at night. They're all closed by 6.
It's got to be like a Denny's.
Yeah. But I would though, if I would be embarrassed if I was the one cop that got there first and could not take down that 19-year-old with Skittles. Like, I'd be a little embarrassed about that.
I want some more stats on him of how much he weighed and how tall he was.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think we have to go with that. Tristan,
Pod bless your heart, sweetie.
bless your heart, sweetie. Thanks everybody for tuning in. That was probably one of the best pod blesses we've had in a minute. I feel like we all had a good line to say about that one. But yeah, thanks for everybody tuning in. Thanks for being a part. Tyrell, I think he's one of our first-time commenters. It's a friend from back home. Good to see him being a part of the live. If you're out there and you're looking for another show to listen to podcast-wise, our good friend Alex Bernardo here, like we said at the beginning of the show, Protestant Libertarian. You can find him on Twitter at, what was it again?
At Pro Liberty Pod.
Pro Liberty Pod. You can check him out at that, but you can also find his show, The Protestant Libertarian. That simple, on Apple, on Spotify, all those different listening platforms, or many other libertarian shows, or I assume libertarian shows, is on your network of.
Yep, libertarianchristians.com. So the Libertarian Christian Institute. Yep, a lot of good shows.
Cool.
Yep.
So hopefully we can help your show out by having you on.
Thank
man.
you.
You'll just gain all these other people from our show that are going to comment in fun stuff like, things about assault with Skittles.
Yeah, it's great. And we did say they were live streaming this at NYC, right? So
Yeah,
the thousands of kids that are gathered
all
in
of
Florida
you
this week.
watching
Yeah.
down in Florida.
We're still learning our target audience.
Yeah. I'm sure if they live stream this, they love the Twin Peaks conversation. That was probably a big hit with all the high school boys.
They're like, I need to go back to the room, please.
Oh, Joey, you didn't comment in once.
Every youth minister's like, we're sleeping in the parking lot tonight.
I know we're in a room full of guys, but hand check.
Oh, jeez.
All right, let's get down to hand. We need to wrap it up.
Yeah, that was a beautiful ending.
Yeah, I
Gentlemen,
mean-
thanks for having me on tonight, man. It's been a lot of fun
thank
coming
you.
in here,
Thank
guys.
you so much, man. We'll have to do it again sometime.
Yeah, it'd be
Or
great.
maybe one of these guys can come on your show and
Heck
talk
yeah.
on your show. He's just over not far off from us anyway. Or hopefully we can have you back again if we do an early show again.
Or maybe I'll have the whole Pod Bless crew on one time.
That
Man,
could
we might
work
have,
out.
might have to try to work that out. Yeah.
That could work out. We could double this episode and just put it on your.
Yeah. There we go.
That might not be much different than your 5th grade classroom.
Right.
We've proven that tonight. If you're out there watching, guys, make sure to share it with some people. If you're watching in the live, thank you so much. Be sure to go out there and share it with people afterwards. It'll be able to be viewed on Facebook and YouTube and all this stuff. The video will be out there, and our audio will be up tonight, so you can listen to it tomorrow. Make sure to share it with a friend, like it, go to YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube so that we can get some more numbers on there. Go check out our TikToks. We're still posting videos on there. Make sure to follow us there. Is there any other in-house business we need to take care of?
I don't think so.
Well, yeah. The way we end the show is we each say our name in unison, and then we all each say our name, and then in unison we say, "This is Podbless." So you can join in that with us. You'll be the last name on the list.
I'm Brett.
I'm Josh.
I'm Joey.
I'm Alex.
And this is Podbless. And
Crushed it.
And that's how that goes. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
That's the hardest thing we do here.
I think it is. It's the most intricate part, besides setting everything up. You
Yes.
know, that's still not that bad. But I really am in the mood for some Skittles, though.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
After that.
Taste the rainbow.
Mix them in with my energy drink and shake
I wonder
it
if
up.
they were like M&M Skittles. Those things are huge.